Hello Scorpio, it is Lisa, and here is your June 23rd to 29th, 2025 general reading. This is just a general reading. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, all my contact information is in the description box below this video. Okay, Scorpio, so let's see what's in store for you. Sorry, I just shook my camera. Okay, so the overall message for you is balance, the good old balance card. So the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is all about being balanced, body, mind, and spirit. And the more balanced you are, the more success that comes in. And then more success that comes in, the more you need to be balanced, right? So body, mind, and spirit, you have to have your ego in check. You have to be taking care of your mental health. Physically, you need to be taking care of yourself, and you need to be grounded in both your spirituality and in facts, right? In the world, in the material world. And so when you do that and you work on that, then you attract things to you and success starts coming in all different ways. But then as it starts to come in, you might get busier, your ego might go out of whack. You might say, oh, I don't have time to meditate, or I don't have time to do that. Then things will start to slow down and the success will start to fade, or it just won't continue to flow the way it was. So you got to stay in balance, and then the more success as it comes in, the more you need to be in balance, Scorpio. So it's about focusing on that this week. So what is the challenge this week? These cards are not cooperating this week. The challenge is the Ten of Swords, which is that you're growing and evolving, right? So sometimes when we're doing that and we're going through this process, or you're at this place where you're like, you know what? I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. I'm done dealing with that person. I'm done allowing those people to treat me a certain way. I'm done treating myself a certain way. So sometimes when we're at this place where we're growing and evolving, it's a great card. We can have this kind of where we go out of balance, right? Where it's kind of like, because we're growing and evolving, we don't focus on the things that we should focus on. It's making us feel like, you know, through this adjustment period that you don't want to focus on certain things. You might want to withdraw. You might want to do certain things. So it feels just like a process of growth, and you need to make sure you're balanced in it. But it is a challenge because you are, and even kind of learning to kind of be balanced this way helps you grow and evolve. So you're not taken advantage of. You can see things for what they are. You know your worth, all of that kind of stuff. So you're learning a lot about yourself when you're balanced. But part of the challenge is then you get to this place where you're like, nope, I'm done with certain things. And then that might throw you out of balance. So what do you need to focus on, Scorpio, as you go through this week? The Three of Cups, which is about, you know, it is about celebrations, empowerment, and networking and expanding the people around you, expanding the groups around you, participating, being open to new things coming in, new ways of doing things. There's this kind of energy within here, Scorpio, of outgrowing certain things or not allowing, almost like, which Scorpio is normally not like, but it's almost like, you know, people taking advantage of your kindness when you are kind, and then you end up having to like strike out or do the Scorpio thing, right? And it's kind of like, you know what? Because you get to that place where you're like, you know what? I can only put up with so much, and then strike, right? With that tail. And you're just done with the situation, done with whatever, you know, and you have to watch your balance with it, but also understand that you don't need to strike out. You just need to expand. Like if you're done with a situation or done with a certain thing, you just have to look at, you know, empower yourself, expand, meet new people, go in a different direction. So then it just fades away, and you do it with balance rather than you striking out and having conflict and having whatever the situation is. It's just moving forward rather than kind of creating this shift, this upheaval, right? So what happens? What do you not see coming in? It is you growing and having this rebirth of who you are through this process this week. It's a rebirth. It's a new way. There's this element of not taking things so personally as well in the card. Like, so when someone does something to you, it's kind of like, you know what, I'm just done with this situation. So instead of like having conflict or taking it personal or trying to figure it out. I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to expand and move on, right? And then it's like this new way of you doing that. And then everything grows and flourishes in your life. It's almost like you deal with it with balance. You expand and you grow, and it is amazing. Rather than kind of allowing it to kind of be stuck in this feeling of, I'm done with this. It's like ruin, and I'm done in this situation, and I can't take one more knife in my back. I just can't do it. But then you flip it around and you're like, you know what? That's, I don't need to take another knife in my back. I can just move on and continue forward, and nothing's going to stop me. So it's a very interesting energy this week, but it is all about the way you deal with some things will help you grow and help you balance. And it's like a whole new start and a whole new rebirth of who you are, which will then grow everything else. Very cool. Anyways, sending you tons of good vibes. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for watching. If you could like and share my videos, that really helps. If you enjoyed my video, if you could subscribe, that would be amazing. It really helps grow my channel. Have a fabulous week, Scorpio, and I will talk to you soon.